Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure, certainly. First, deep within the clinking rhythm of loose change, a legend hides in plain sight. The 1971 Washington quarter. At first glance, it's just another coin passed from hand to hand, lost in the blur of everyday commerce. But in rare, specific forms, this Denver minted quarter holds the explosive potential to transform lives. Yes, this humble coin, stamped with the D that signifies its birthplace at the Denver Mint, may carry a secret so valuable, it could catapult you into the world of billionaires overnight. The early 1970s were a unique time for American coinage. Technology was evolving, metal compositions were being tested, and the minting process was far from perfect. In the chaos of mass production, mistakes were made. Glorious mistakes. A handful of 1971 D quarters were struck with errors, minted on the wrong planche, or left the press with rare double dies or incomplete strikes. These are not simply errors. They are once-in-a-generation rarities that collectors would pay a king's ransom to own. Picture this. A 1971 D quarter, struck not on a copper-nickel-clad planche as intended, but on a leftover silver planche from years earlier. A minting miracle, or one that showcases dramatic doubling on Liberty or In God We Trust, giving it a ghostly echo effect that electrifies collectors. These errors are not science fiction. They are documented, verified, and hunted with a hunger usually reserved for lost treasures. And when found in pristine condition, their value explodes into the realm of seven figures. A coin like this doesn't just make headlines. It ignites frenzies. Coin dealers, elite collectors, and investment tycoons will compete fiercely for a flawless 1971 D quarter with a dramatic minting anomaly. Even a high-grade example without an error, preserved in mint state with deep luster and zero wear, can fetch thousands. But combine that with a rare error, or a historical fluke, and you're looking at a life-altering payday. A coin worth not hundreds or thousands, but millions. But what truly fuels the obsession with this quarter is its unpredictability. The 1971 D quarter doesn't advertise its worth. It doesn't glimmer like gold or announce its value in flashing lights. It quietly blends into everyday life, slipping through generations of pockets unnoticed. Only those with a trained eye and a little luck will ever uncover its secret. And when they do, they're rewarded not just with money, but with numismatic immortality. If you come across a 1971 D quarter, do not ignore it. Inspect it like a detective solving a mystery. Look for doubling off-center strikes, missing clad, layers, or even a weight that feels slightly off. All possible signs that you may be holding an error coin of extraordinary rarity. And don't be fooled by scratches or discoloration alone. Sometimes the most valuable treasures wear a cloak of disguise. The smallest detail could mean the difference between 25 cents and $2.5 million. This is not a fantasy tale. It's a real-world opportunity disguised as spare change. In the hands of the right person, someone who recognizes the patterns, the shine, the story behind the strike, the 1971 D quarter becomes more than a collectible. It becomes a bridge between obscurity and legacy. It's not just a lucky find. It's a destiny waiting to be fulfilled by someone bold enough to believe in the impossible. So, the next time you hear a quarter drop, listen closely. If that coin bears the D of Denver and the year 1971, take a closer look. Because you may not just be picking up change. You might be picking up power. You might be holding the very thing that launches your fortune, redefines your life, and writes your name into the halls of numismatic history. Don't spend it. Don't overlook it. That 1971 D quarter could be your miracle. The billionaire's coin that chose your second. In a world overflowing with ordinary coins, one stands apart like a spark in the darkness. The 1972 D Washington quarter. Minted in Denver, marked with a bold D. It looks like every other 25-cent piece in your pocket. But don't be fooled. Beneath its simple copper-nickel shell may lie one of the most valuable and rarest treasures in American coinage. For those who recognize its hidden power, this quarter could be the difference between living a normal life and waking up as a millionaire. The year 1972 wasn't just another routine for the U.S. Mint. It was a time of high-speed coin production, pressure to meet public demand, and human oversight. And where pressure meets imperfection, the seeds of wealth are sown. The Denver Mint, despite its precision, let a few extraordinary mistakes slip through the cracks. These flawed miracles, coins struck off center, doubled, or on the wrong planche, are now among the rarest finds in circulation. A perfect 1972 D quarter with one of these minting errors is like a hidden crown jewel, waiting to be discovered. Imagine the possibilities. A 1972 D quarter struck on a silver planche, a relic from a fading era. Or one that displays dramatic doubling on Washington's profile or the bold "In God We Trust." These are not imaginary scenarios. These are proven, documented phenomena that send collectors into bidding frenzies. Even coins with partial clad layers missing, showing the rich copper core beneath, are known to skyrocket in value. When paired with a mint state grade, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a vault. Most people wouldn't glance twice at a 1972 D quarter, and that's where your advantage lies. It hides in plain sight. The fortune doesn't announce itself. But the few coins that escaped wear and survived the decades in untouched, uncirculated brilliance, they are as rare as lightning in a bottle. Some grading above MS-67 have been known to push price tags into 5 and 6 figures. And those with the right error, rarity, and condition? Those are the coins whispered about in the circles of billionaires. This coin is the underdog of American numismatics. It carries history in its weight, mystery in its face, and destiny in its details. The Denver D mint mark, often ignored, becomes a badge of honor on this specific quarter. If your coin has crisp edges, perfect luster, and unusual markings or weight, you may be in possession of a fortune hiding in your change bowl. Collectors don't just want this coin, they hunt it. The right one hasn't just made headlines, it's made millionaires. Let no coin go unchecked. Inspect the 1972 D quarter like a hidden map. Look for shifts in alignment, weak strikes, missing reading on the edges, or even a different metallic shine. These subtle markers are the signs that separate ordinary change from wealth beyond imagination. You might hold a mint error that was born of chaos, passed through time untouched, and destined to be found only by someone who dared to look twice. Holding a 1972 D quarter could be more than holding history. It could be cradling your future. It may have been spent unknowingly by thousands before you, waiting patiently to fall into the right hands. And now, it's your turn. In a single moment, your life can be rewritten. From the humdrum rhythm of everyday life to flashing headlines, global auctions, and overnight fame. That's the path one rare quarter can lead you down. So if you're lucky enough to have a 1972 D Washington quarter in your hand, don't spend it. Study it. Protect it. Because you could be holding a silent titan, a coin that doesn't just belong in your wallet, but in a vault, in an auction house, in a museum. Its worth goes beyond its denomination. It carries a story, a secret, and a shot at becoming the next numismatic legend. And if it's the right one, it holds the power to make you a billionaire overnight. Third, the 1973 D Washington quarter, a coin that slips quietly through the fingers of millions every year, may just be the ultimate hidden treasure of American change. Minted in Denver, marked with that subtle yet powerful D, it appears ordinary to the casual eye. But beneath its familiar surface lies the potential for unimaginable wealth. This isn't just a coin. In rare cases, it's a ticket to life-changing fortune. If you're one of the few who possesses the right one, you might be holding a millionaire maker. Why this quarter? Why 1973, of all years? The truth is wrapped in the drama of U.S. mint history. The early 70s were a time of rapid production, where precision often battled against speed. In this hustle, a few 1973 D quarters were born with glorious flaws, and these flaws became gold mines. Minting errors like double strikes, missing clad layers, or planches of the wrong metal turned what should have been a 25-cent coin into a once-in-a-lifetime find. Some 1973 D quarters have been discovered with partial or full silver planches, leftovers from the past mistakenly reused. Others bear stunning visual errors like doubled lettering or off-center strikes so dramatic they look like art pieces. And then there's condition. The very few that survived untouched in mint state glory, graded MS67 or higher, have achieved dizzying valuations. Add a rare error to that level of perfection, and you're not talking hundreds or thousands, you're talking millions. Coin collecto, investors, and museum-grade curators all seek one thing: rarity fused with story. The 1973 D quarter, in its rarest forms, delivers both. It tells the tale of a production anomaly that slipped past inspection, a survivor that beat the odds of circulation wear, and a sleeper hit that could crown someone an instant billionaire. It's the kind of coin that can spark bidding wars, collector rivalries, and viral headlines, all from the palm of your hand. If you're reading this and thinking, I might have one, now is the time to act. Inspect your 1973 D quarter with reverence and attention. Look for crisp edges, full rim details, and especially anything unusual. Is the color off? Is the design doubled or misaligned? Does the weight feel slightly heavier or lighter than expected? These signs could indicate that you've stumbled upon one of the most valuable coins ever to leave the Denver Mint. But don't stop at visual inspection. If your coin looks perfect or strange in any way, preserve it immediately. Handle it with gloves, place it in a protective case, and avoid cleaning it at all costs. Even a well-intentioned wipe can slash its value. From here, get it evaluated by a professional coin grading service. If it grades high and holds an error or anomaly, prepare yourself, because collectors are willing to pay fortunes for what you may be holding unknowingly. This coin doesn't shout. It doesn't sparkle with gold or glint with diamond shine. Instead, it hums with quiet power. The kind that changes everything with a whisper. To most, it's a quarter. To a select few, it's a legend. A financial reset button. A door into the upper echelons of wealth. If your 1973 D quarter matches the secret recipe of perfection and rarity, it's not just change, it's destiny. So before you spend that 1973 D Washington quarter at the gas station or lose it beneath your car seat, take a closer look, because you might be holding the modern-day equivalent of buried treasure. A piece of history that escaped destruction, hid in the shadows, and waited patiently for someone with sharp eyes. Fourth, it may be sitting unnoticed in a drawer, tucked away in a jar of spare change, or lost beneath the couch. The 1974 D Washington quarter, a coin so common it's invisible to most. But what if I told you that one version of this coin holds the kind of power people dream about their whole lives? That beneath its modest appearance lies the potential to make you a millionaire, even a billionaire, overnight? This isn't just a coin, it's a sleeping titan. Minted in Denver and marked with the sharp, proud D. This quarter was part of the routine mintage that year, or so it seemed. But within that ocean of production, something rare occurred. A tiny handful of coins were struck with unexpected errors, odd compositions, or incredible condition. These were the accidents that collectors crave. A coin struck on a leftover silver plancher. A coin with a bold double die. A quarter missing its clad layer, exposing the rich copper underneath. These are the lucky misfits worth fortunes today. To a trained eye, the 1974 D quarter becomes a mystery to solve. The weight, the sound, the sheen, all can hint at hidden value. If you find one that feels slightly heavier or lighter than normal, you may be holding a rare off-metal strike. If the letters on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" appear shadowed or doubled, you could be looking at a mint error so rare it turns a 25-cent coin into a high-ticket auction superstar. These quirks are golden flags waving you toward a hidden payday. Collectors and dealers alike hunt these rare 1974 D quarters like buried treasure. They know that mint state examples, those graded MS67 or higher, can reach jaw-dropping prices even without an error. But if that level of pristine condition does pair with a dramatic anomaly, the price doesn't just rise, it explodes. In private sales and elite auctions, coins like these have changed lives. A single coin with the right traits has the power to make someone. The beauty of this coin lies in its deception. It looks just like the one you might toss in a vending machine or flip for heads or tails. But in truth, a rare 1974 D quarter is a silent storm. It waits for the right pair of hands, hands smart enough to inspect it, cautious enough to protect it, and bold enough to believe that hidden wealth could live in such a small package. And when that belief is matched with discovery, fortunes are made. Don't underestimate the value of condition either. A 1974 D quarter that has never seen a pocket, kept flawless since minting, can fetch thousands even without a visible error. But when condition meets rarity, such as a double die, misaligned die, or off-metal strike, the game changes entirely. That's when your humble quarter becomes a bidding war centerpiece, a collector's grail, a moment in time frozen with monetary magic. If you're lucky enough to own a 1974 D quarter, don't rush to spend it. Study it. Feel its edges. Examine its surfaces under a bright light or magnifying glass. Look for imperfections, or, more accurately, perfections in imperfection. Preserve it, protect it, and above all, get it professionally graded. Because what might seem like a quarter could very well be a lottery ticket made of metal, struck by fate and destined for greatness. So the next time you stumble upon spare change, let your eyes linger a moment longer. Look for that 1974 date and that proud D mint mark. The quarter you're holding may not just be a forgotten coin. It could be a key to a future beyond your wildest imagination. A bridge from ordinary life to extraordinary wealth. A tiny piece of metal with the power to rewrite your destiny. Hold it tightly. You might just be holding the rarest secret in the world of money.